This story time is brought to you by the fact that I thought it was going to rain and I had a really cool video that I was going to do outside, and then it cleared up right after I changed and did something else. Hello? Upstairs. On the back of our house, we have a deck. And on that deck, there's a railing. It goes all the way around the deck, except for where the stairs are. When it's nice out, we'll put our dogs on the deck, and we will put the gate up. We don't have a fence in our yard, so they can't just run wherever they want. One day, they got out, and I got a phone call from my wife. And she said, "The dogs are loose." And I said, "Did you reinforce the gate really well like I told you to, because they usually sneak out when you're around?" She said, "I don't want to talk about that right now. The dogs are out and they're gone and they're lost and I can't find them." Good night. What is happening up there? Quiet down up there! So through the power of social media, Facebook and some other neighborhood app or something, we locate our dogs on basically two opposite sides of the neighborhood. It's fascinating. We get them all home. We're happy that we found them, because when you lose a dog for like 5 or 6 hours, it gets a little scary, and the kids were worried, and we got them home. And we just thought that they were lost, and then they were found. But boy, oh boy, was there something that happened in between. The dogs got loose from the deck. I'm assuming they enjoyed their freedom a little bit, started sniffing around, started looking at things, maybe going a little bit further than they were supposed to. Turns out, at the same time that they got loose, our neighbor's son was coming outside to play. Garage door was open, and when he left out of the garage, he just, in his haste, forgot to close the entryway to his house. My dogs, in their sort of newfound freedom, make their way into the neighbor's garage. And then they make their way into my neighbor's house. My neighbors have a daughter. She's upstairs, and she hears a commotion downstairs that is startling. And she thinks it's her little brother. So she opens up the door and yells down at him to be quiet. Well, he doesn't listen, and she decides to go downstairs and see what's going on. When she gets down there, she finds what she describes as a dog tornado. My dogs are running through that house, eating everything that they can find in their kitchen. Everything. So she has no idea what to do. So she corrals them, yells at them, quiets them down, and then ushers them out into the garage. And this is the part of the story that's funny to me. She then is so flustered that she's like, "Whew, I solved that problem. And now I have to clean up this mess that the dogs made." But she didn't bring the dogs back to us. So at this point, the dogs are then set free again. Cammie, who's a little younger and spry, makes it half a mile away to another house, and Duke, who is sadly since passed away because he was getting up there. He lived a good one. He was up on the other side of the golf course. Both of the people that we picked him up from said that they found them in the garage eating their dog food. My two dogs lived like kings and queens that day, and I have really, really gracious, really, really nice neighbors. And thus concludes the story of how my dogs ransacked my neighbor's house. Oh, man. Oh, what's up, old girl? Ken, Zaddy, you guys ready to watch a movie? Get in here. Careful, watch the little bits here. Alright, what are we watching?
Greatest Showman. Yeah.
Are you sure you want to watch The Greatest Showman?
Yeah.